Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how snooze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how snooze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how snooze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of a program Colres right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. We want to tell una plenty thank you. You know, una always don't be part of the show, the net and the morning edition as well. We appreciate una so much as we talk so right now the family members then the number they grow. We get 69,143 on YouTube and 46,000 close to 47,000 on Facebook. Okay. And the net really gets up the kind of momentum we in need for meet up the election. For the consecutive nights, them we know they get nothing less than 1,000 way they watch per program and constantly. That's very good. It shows that the information we una need and the trust una get on we platform really they exhibit itself because the amount of people them including government officials them all where we the seed and the we dey watch. Now the reason this women they not like Facebook because they see them there and they're not like that at all. They're not one for say then they be part of them kind platform there because they can always say like say, oh no, they're not just saying that, you know. But we're very much happy. And then there's just don't celebrate 15 million views. 15 million views, you know, where we don't get on YouTube. On YouTube, 15 million views. We just celebrate and then there's tuna where we show now. So appreciate tuna. We so much glad that una always there for support we and as well one for tell thank you to the one that as well we can come in as well now the program for support we, you know, they're all, you know, efforts don't they make we reach to the point where we supposed for reach, and we go reach to that point where we go transform this particular thing to a particular level or a certain level. All right, so like always we look into the different papers them, and as well we bring somebody them people that will come and analyze the different story them. So if that be the case, we go to the first story for this morning on the first paper. Where we go to the Awoko newspaper, where now the first paper where they work with this morning say Liberia on the case of Massacoy. Witness tell Finnish appeals court ex-IF commander Massacoy left Liberia in 2001. And you get empowering women. I've decided I've dedicated my seat to a female candidate, Honorable Ea David Sheikh Kasabema, they say this. Then you get 4,124 road crashes reported in 2022. Sierra Leone Police Annual Crime Statistics. This is another story for you inside the Awoko newspaper for this morning. The Concord Times, now the next peak, will say mysterious death of 22-year-old IPAM student. Parents frown at sluggish police investigation. And you as well get NRA to conduct classes for custom brokers. And you as well get 60% of unemployed graduates as social workers. This is from the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare and Sierra Leone Parliament commend bilateral ties with Qatar. The Minister of Foreign Affairs did it. This is another story for you inside this edition of Concord Times. Standard Times, now the next pick, we see as Gento makes inroad, ex-mayor Akisoya fumbles. This is another story for you inside the Concord Times. The next one at the executive, we say Sierra Leone Maritime Administration strengthens cooperation with Egyptian Maritime Safety Authority. And you get Bijon Green declares for APC mayoral candidates. Samoa Kamal thanks Sierra Leoneans for the massive welcome. This is another story inside the executive. And then the next one at the open space, we say as a caution political leaders, Peter Penfold says resilience of Sierra Leoneans is remarkable. More opposition supporters declare for SLPP as Kono assures President Bio of June 24 landslide victory. The next pick now the Vindicator will say APC describes voter slip exchange for loan as false. And some Sumana ECOWAS relief could have crippled the country, Attorney General Abs. And you as well get the Lebanese Union offers Ramadan goodies to Muslims. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Vindicator. The next paper for this morning, now the AZ will say Manoa Bridge will facilitate agricultural products to market President Bio. And Sierra Leone Maritime Administration strengthening cooperation with Egyptian Maritime Safety Authority and EPA SLO's Marine Spatial Planning Workshop. NPPA certifies 103 government institutions. This is another story for inside the AZ newspaper. Voice of Salone say over the death of 6 Sierra Leoneans ladies, Sierra Leonean ladies in Lebanon, the true story emerged. And you get Rokel Commercial Bank organizes first marathon race for 60 participants. And this is another story. VP Julia Jallo addresses 5th ECOWAS Parliament. Another story for you inside this edition of Voice of Salone. The next one are the Independent Observer. Sierra Leone political dilemma and the way forward. No country or region will develop without energy, says Vice President Jallow. And food prices bite as Ramadan starts tomorrow. This is another story for you inside the Independent Observers, and the Calabash newspaper say as it unveils largest portrait of the president, Kadiru Kaikai storms McKinney with no runoff messages. And you as well get Irish Agnani becomes the newly designated honorary consular general of Norway to Sierra Leone. You as well get another major feature accomplished as the Calabash newspaper bags 2023 National Business Award. And at 5th ECOWAS Parliament, VP Jules Jallow says ECOWAS region needs a radical shift. And this is another story for you inside this edition of the Calabash newspaper. And the next paper, now the Guardian Post, we say Victor Luis challenges SLFA Chris Kamara. And ZCC awards credible Sierra Leoneans. Catholic priest addresses Sierra Leoneans. And Sierra Leone SLCS crushes fictitious lies. And Moyamba district gets first female chief of speaker. APC aspirant calls for massive voters collection. This is another story for inside the Guardian Post. And the next one on the Night Watch, we say over BO Fatima, how BO Fatima destroy SLPP. SLPP is fierce, desperate, and worried. Honorable Cherno Majuba Cherikuku. In Tonkolili district, King Ho project accused of human rights abuses. This is another story for inside the Night Watch. The next one, a daybreak, we say as June 24th draws closer, Vicky Remo predicts 75.4% vote for Samura, 24.6% vote for Mada Bion. Citizen demands ACC boss resignation. Musa Sierra Sankor donates 10 bags of cement to the Hilltop community. This is another story for you inside this edition of Daybreak. And the Home Times say Mimi Solar gives you the sun at night. Face reality. MBD for MPs in constituency 096 in Moyamba. And Sierra Leoneans losing reasons too. And this is another story for you inside the Home Times. The Premier News say government expands access to electricity. SLCB award deserving staff. Northwest region wins One Nation tournament. And Kailaon district prioritize construction of Bunubu College. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Premier News. Salon Times newspaper. Damning amnesty report against SLPP government. President Adama Barrow applauds secure report. Parliament ratifies agreement between governments of Sierra Leone and Qatar. Professor Ekundayo Thompson installed VC and principal of the United Methodist University. This is another story for you inside the Salon Times. News 24 newspaper. Lunga Bridge is a must, President Bio. Professor Francis shares common values. And in line with President Bio's vision for youth, Alimami Dixon Kamara declares to run as MP under SLPP. This is another story for you inside this edition of the News 24. Voice, okay, I get that one. And then you get the New Age newspaper, we say August 10 extrajudicial killings on Paopa government. MRCG Sierra Leone and Africa checks train journalists on fact checking and verification. This is another story for you inside this edition of the New Age. Well, now the paper, and this way we get today inside the program for we actually come and rub more inside the different edition then. Different story then what we get. Well, we take a short break and then we come back for come talk with we guest inside the program. This is a program called Yes on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. My name is Nasembe Pierre, the Freedom Fighter.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had.
All right, welcome back today. Because of the network, we're not going to forget to guest them on on Zoom, but rather we will get them now WhatsApp. Also, we will just discuss a lot of things them way don't come from the different people them. But notwithstanding, I think they then go give like always, then go give justice to the different issues them. Where don't come up, where we go on for talk about today. So please, let me just deal with the program until the end, okay? So they can introduce the guest them now, where we get inside the program. Well, not to stranger them at all. Now people that we don't join me inside the program for long term, and as well though you don't waiting the analysis can look like. Well, one of them Cecile called Showers. We actually deal with a newspaper. We now the Guardian Post in the demand for that newspaper day. And we as well get Victor Tutu Rogers. Victor Tutu Rogers, now human rights activist, now journalist, and Seth don't get wealth of experience. He don't they with we inside the program for discuss a lot of things. Them just like Showers, we get wealth of experience or get when it comes to the issues them, how we for analyze the issue them, it actually can be on top of in game for analyze the different things them. So then two people here so they can join me inside the program for let we actually see waiting can happen. Waiting we can forget out of them again today inside the program. So we not waste any more time. We can go straight to them for let we actually begin. I think because of the internet problem, we don't lose Tutu just for now, but we get the Guardian Post with Cecil called Showers. We do it inside the program. Mr. Showers, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Ali.
Okay.
Good morning, Toby.
All right, so Mr. Showers, I want to start with the most pressing things that we just don't surface before we go to other issues them. And of course, the first paper we are seeing now the New Age newspaper. The New Age newspaper gets this banner headline we say August 10 extra-judicial killings haunt Paopa government. This in relation to the recent report where the Amnesty International pull. And we as well see another report where the American state government, the US state government, State Department, then pull again on also they indict the government on human rights issues them. So what do you make up of this paper where they say August 10 judicial killing on Paopa government?
Yeah, I think good morning once again. I think the right try for portray I believe say that the Palemba would massacre the right try for talk about here, right?
No, the August 10th, that protest, the big protest, because we see Usai Amnesty International, International pull a report, and then the US government self don't pull report.
Yeah, of course, we all know see last year August, we be see a lot of people they be take the street of Freetown and other parts of the north, of course, and the northwest. Because the reasons where they say that they take off the streets, I mean, they give a lot of reasons. Them, I mean, the dwindling of the human rights issue that the country, cost of living, and several of other hills them where they happen at the country, and to extend it much more, we get they call Adebayo, of course, Indian, Holland, in other parts of Europe, back in Holland. Particularly, they come up with this particular interregnum, and then call themselves the PPP. I mean, the triple P's. That they come up to Sierra Leoneans, them say people have come on the street and for do one or two things them. But the ulterior motive, we know in Africa, especially this part of the world, when we talk about demonstration, we don't have any peaceful demonstration in Africa. Because being that, I mean, the hardship in the country, the dissatisfaction about Sierra Leoneans, them, so it allows Sierra Leoneans to come on the street. I mean, it should be something else. So now exactly be happen. We don't for suicide police officers and die, Sierra Leoneans and die. I mean, properties were vandalized. Lots of things that be happen on that particular day. I believe say the government after which the government we come up with a committee and the head of that committee, I think, saying Safa Abdullahi, and as I talk, they are still going on with the investigation. But of course, you and I know we have seen lots of committees. For investigate certain things. Then lots of commission of inquiries. Several of them for the past 10 years, we have not been seeing anything that will happen.
So according to the report, if I can just take an extract from the report, then they call on the committee for let them speedily investigate and let them do them fairly and without any ulterior motive. And at the same time, then they say the police don't begin to do parallel arrest again for the sake of the other policeman they will die, but they come with any justice for the civilian they will die because they say 30 civilians them na in the
the numbers they differ. A lot of people they cover the numbers them. So man is saying at 20. Some people they say that up to now we don't know the exact numbers we die. But of course for the security apparatus them we be able to tell say that so police officers then die. And again, I go how will get a credible investigation? We at the end of the day we don't know the whereabouts of the committee. The last time the committee began at Lunge, which had a similar thing they happen. But eventually there is sit right now in a special court because the other last time we didn't call Siva blind them for go give 1 or 2 testimony in a day. But since then, I think since last year, we have not been hearing anything about the committee. We don't know if the committee don't die or we don't know the kind of thing they did. So this is Sierra Leone. It's Sierra Leone for me and you. We are in people do not get any influence about anything that happen to you. Government can just put money, say we can investigate this. At the end of the day, you will see them come up with the recommendations. Them or their recommendation they within a couple, all couple will full up and no recommendation will take place, no penalty will take place. So this is back and forth. So right. There is no much interest again. I think some people will get.
Victor inside, Victor Tutu Rojas. The interesting part of all of this, Victor, you there with me?
Yeah, I do.
The interesting part of all of these, now the fact that you're a human rights activist as well, and if I get it right, you as well there with the Legal Aid Board, right?
Yeah, yes.
So what you make up of a report like this from the Amnesty International, where, for example, this other paper, they say, damning Amnesty report against SLPP government. What you make up of a report from the Amnesty and that of the United States Department?
With regards to the Augustine.
Yeah, and all the human rights abuses them.
Well, these informations, messages on the camp, all this why. And I will find out, say, since the time of insertion of this particular government to date, so many messages on the camp around the human rights area, where everybody can just come with any reports. We see message there from Yanda today. This could come out. Even we within the social media, you go see copy and paste informations that it can happen elsewhere. They will copy and paste and see if that's really happen. Where at the end of the day, if proper investigation is not done on it, or people come for counter and say, hey, no, this year I be not farm. I be not see and I happen. It's not just copy and paste. Then you will take for granted for let you get a right up on them. You can conclude easily without better findings. Yeah. And we find out so many things that they will become on the social media, where most of them have been false and not happen as really at all, but has been a part of the human rights violation. Written documents.
Waiting to happen. When
articles on
waiting exactly where you point to where and a human rights violation where they say happen as really will not be happen.
Yeah, an idea on social media.
Yeah, but if you make reference to them thing and then now if you're able to tell me, like for example, if I tell you say one of the fake information when they will be the go out, now the issue of the gun, where they been say, where the police be even put now they wanted say this not possible where they all gone on August 10. Now the issue of Dark Green, the Nigerian artist we been dying in the 90s, where they put that not be fake information. I can point something. So who's one we can point to?
Good you start from there. That means you already name one on social media. I would
Yeah, but
also
then not a
see,
human rights violation. You go put them to.
yes, would also see side an incident will happen the Middle East way. I mean, the whole person earlier chapa when a woman for that matter, and that particular incident.
That one didn't in Cameroon happen.
Come again?
It be happen at Cameroon, where it's like the person with the talk Creole like. Now in Cameroon it happen.
Thank you. I mean,
yes.
you know,
so, but
Cameroon,
none of that not feature in their reports. They are what they talk about.
Yes, no, I just come with some instances. Yes, yeah, the inside. I mean, it's really again. We don't see inside. I mean, lots and lots of interruptions in activities, issues we go make. The law and order, you are talking about protest. Inside people that go take protest on their own without consulting the police. And when police kick in, because we get the Public Order Act, for which the police they say there's nobody exempted from staging protest.
Okay. So who that don't do, you know, say,
during the incident there, you never know that the bank person with the plan.
So you know what to make I ask you several questions because I know you know human rights defender. You do with the legal aid board. We know today you represent right now, but you work with them. And you're a journalist, you're a community activist, you know, you get a lot of things the way you do, way in the interest of the people, you know, for seek the interest of the people. So I'll ask you several questions then, because I want to get a lot of clarification from you as to waiting we talk about. You as well talk about different things them way you say don't they happen. So the question is, what do you make up of the human rights report where they talk about, you know, this the issue, the human rights abuses them? Because for example, you talk about protest right now, say some people and they come out and protest without police clearance, ain't what about, you know, because in the US State Department, the human rights report, then say amongst the people they were political prisoners them, where they be done they get in the country, and where then don't they ask several times say, we want for come out, they not agree. We want for go and deliver letter, they not agree. We want for go meet with the president, they not agree. Now the issue of Femi School and Dennis Brightway, then are one of the notorious people where they arrest severally, a figure inside the report. What you go say about that they not ask for clearance?
Thank you when you come with a particular example.
Yes.
And these are politicians, senior stakeholders in society, where they get the same incident talking about clearance and police interface. Wherein there was alleged statements that Uganda police will do this, will do that. I mean, they will not come out now so it can result to. And the police will come out and say, immediately with consultation, will tell them and say, must come back. Let us see how the protest get a route, the security, and a place of assembly, and the way this not go through, and if that procedures will not be achieved, then they think this way a stop to let the protest go on. And once you don't talk about protest, the people that are out there, once they don't hear you not figurehead, they don't want to know you and the police will start and will end, and for let them come into the scene and start to operate. And during the operations, we know what can happen at other quarters in the name of the same protest. So we say they knock it around. The protest might be of a good aim, but other people also can come and join the protest with a different intention. Now they can make the most of the issues.
So one last question where they ask you the same thing. Now the same question where I begin ask you, now they still ask you again. What do you make up of the reports them? As they say, they get different way. This one way now the Salon Times say damning amnesty report against SLPP government, and then you get this other one we say let's just go to them August 10 extrajudicial killing hunt Paopa government. What do you make up if you the address headline like that there? You go say now what you go make up of them?
This topics the way you give, article headlines where I don't know what might be the view of that particular point.
No. Now the details of the things that now we don't summarize so first. Basically, they all the focus on the two different human rights reports them.
Yeah, in such a situation wherein a particular act take place to a particular individual for which that particular individual in no way not be part of the crime, not commit crime, or along coincidentally in the past, then fall as a victim, then anything happen where you're not a part of whatever, protest or anything, the stage on that particular
So bringing
to be against that person in your personal human rights as it is. Based on how
okay. So you are we say you not tell we yet waiting now apart from the fact that you don't try to analyze the different possibility then they into this, but you not tell we yet what you actually think. You what do you think about the report? But that only quick. Showers. You are waiting Victor talking?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you make up of waiting in the state of the report then?
To be honest with you, the human rights issue about this current Bills administration, it's at all-time low. It completely damning, encouraging at all. Because, for instance, you think about the Chombo issue, you go to the Makini issue, you go to the Manantuan issue, you go to the Pademba Road issue. There are a lot of series of them of human rights issues. Where if you want to grade this government here, so you can get about 20 over 100. Yeah,
almost you get?
We don't see. 20 over 100.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Rogers, how much you go grade the government in terms of human rights record?
Happy. The percentage given anyway in such an incident. But areas that is cited.
This no. This is not one incident they talk about. It's a human rights record of this government is very low. It give them 20%. Let me say from where they come to now. So what do you go say with regards to the human rights record of this government? How much you go grade them?
And this particular grade, human rights, diamond record. They come from America or whoever.
No, so now not about the record again where Amnesty give or where United States give. Based on what you see as a journalist, as a human rights somebody, how much you will grade the government in terms of how they don't carry on with human rights in the country?
When I look at the whole situation, for now, I go look at the current government for the human rights aspect for the. It not gonna go above to me about 50.
It not go above 50, but it will reach 50.
Yes. The reason being that when you look at the governance structure, you can see a lots of interruptions. From the day of saying this government not go in this good governance to date. Mary Showers talk about Adebayo, the day under inside, and people that don't keep following word, take instructions from her, they promote. So those are interruptions.
In terms of incitement, say the government and the opposition, like you say, you will make reference to Adebayo, but you say the government as well and the incite seriously, right?
Come again?
You say the government self guilty of incitement, right?
Incitement, cut across.
Fine. So this one not a one. If you be come out just from one side, you say then the interrupt. Well, in the case of whose side the government as well liable to them kind of things, and then go say in a part. So I still ask you the question: how much you go grade? You say you don't grade them 50, right?
Yes. I will grade it to that level.
Okay, hold on. Shall be the making point before I just come inside and ask you this question?
The interface. Okay. Obstruction, interference, statements, incitement, all the other things there now, they query towards which they make, they see all the kinds there.
All right, Showers, come inside quick. You may continue. As well as for us, you make your point to the listen to it in Victor is saying because himself they listen to you.
Yeah. Just like what I say, we don't see, we go give them 20 over 100, which is how we move to the field. in terms of the human rights and the record of the country since 2018 today. We don't see government officials there, ministers there. We see the kind of arbitrary see what they do, arbitrary arrest. I mean, the stifling of opposition. People do not for talk. We see what they do with Claudius Madam Claudius.
Yeah,
we see what they do with the like of rights. We see what they do with, I mean, the current issue they happen at the opposition, the main opposition. We see how allegedly the ruling government they try to play on public institutions them against the opposition just for me to silence the opposition them. We have seen a lot of things already happen. So I mean the human rights record of the government is at all-time low. And I mean there is no doubt about it. If human rights report come out say, I mean all this government has to do the needful. You don't come up with a investigation, a recommendation for let people investigate. Since when this year starts, I don't hear anything about that investigation. I mean, money that we don't put inside it. Joseph Abdullahi, when I the chairman. So last year we be try for engage and some areas them, but sometimes at the end of the day, if you call them back, they will talk say, I mean, they not get phone and all kinds of things. There are lots of bottlenecks within kind intervention in it. We are in government they try for call people credible Sierra-Leoneans there, for come up with an investigation. And it therefore reach at a time now, sometimes they will call such a lot of people for kind of particular investigation. They don't go come again. Because at the end of the day, the credibility they put on the test. You know, we don't call me say for come go do investigation concern A, B, C, and D. At the end of the day, I don't get the resources, and at the end of the day, I don't get the free hands them where for me I come up with a kind of credible conclusion. So certain time for come, you will see them will call certain people and they will talk say I'm not interested because at the end of the day, I don't get a kind of bad experience in the past. We are in calling the people for can do one or two things them. At the end of the day, they are not doing it. Yeah, and also let me just tip in and quickly look like what happened at Palemba Road. Yeah, so we see the kind of massacre we happen at Palemba Road. Up to now, the government's not giving the exact people who will die. Investigation don't come out, they don't conclude the investigation. But we had the investigation. Up to now, the public don't know what happened at Palemba Road massacre. You go to McKinney.
Okay. Before you go to McKinney, let's just come with Mr. Rogers again inside. Showers just they make mention of two things them way now the Palemba Road report and that of the McKinney. You know, the reason why I ask you some questions then because of your background and you supposed to know better than even me wasted on here. So take into consideration. The Palemba Road issue where Showers they talk about so right now. The government mistake and they pull a report, but as we dey talk so right now, the government not pull any report it. Una dey na the human rights side, legal aid. Una dey for help people and we not get the opportunity for get legal help. What una don't actually see, or you don't see the report of where the government don't release on the Palemba Road and that of McKinney.
I mean, that was one of the sad parts we are not to go down with at all. For past government to this government, we'll talk about investigation into reports, bringing people on board, or let us see they investigate issues and come out with a report, and that report will be a public report where we say there must be lots and lots of education, go via radio stations, so let them really talk about their findings from the press conferences. That one, I mean, it can be family seen. I mean, it's not only now, but when you want to go to people they talk to, you probably see most of the report they really come out and cascade that down to the last person for letting really know say this has go.
So you say not see the Palemba Road reported till now. You did it? Alright, the internet they all have to say. Mr. Showers.
Because people together for finally they come out with a result.
Sorry, you become broken. We not get you where you start. What do you say? You become broken.
Stop.
All right, I've been asking question where the line hold you. We're not able for you. I think you be the top, but not you. I ask you if you yourself not ever see the reports them at all.
Yeah, just like we at the talk. We see the hello.
Yes, go ahead. You the line they hold you now. Make we know they go on with another thing. Go ahead. You listen you now.
Yes, as I say, government come and gone. With the standards say, whenever there are issues, we need investigation. Then they make committee around that particular issue. It hardly seen for the after I spent a while for that particular issue for the investigator, for come with a result saying that this happened, and that particular information they cascade and down to the last person. For them understand say now this will happen and this not the findings and waiting there will be the measures around it for them up again for the control. Which you haven't seen them getting the day. We don't see because of Sierra Leone being like a family. Go see party and party.
Exactly. So I'll ask you this question quickly.
As against each other, but when it comes to something, where punishment for common, you see lots of compromise.
Let's ask you this question quickly, Mr. Rojas. The issue of this Pademba Road, I'll not be one for going to and because not to another focus, but the issue of this Pademba Road, una legal aid board, una surprise or una worry that the one them where the government said them they investigate because the government said them they set up a committee for investigate the Sierra Leone prisons. Then as then they wait for let them investigate them, the prisons pull a report and then the government open hand for that particular report there, and then that's it. We not see any government report. Una worry about that?
The legal board at the end of the day, well, I speak here. I'm a personal now.
Yes, now you're on a personal, but I just ask question, generally around that.
My boss. But generally, as I look at her, the legal board, we there for Lewis say we give aid or representation to most of the issues they are where if you appear in court or there's a conference live for nobody, and because at the end of the day when the pressure is in India, the legal board therefore facing the issues today for let's say it is down. So in a situation like that, there's something happen then when they wait for the result, they come to the domain as we want if not anything like that of any incident, even despite the prison issue. The legal board can be curious for waiting at the outcome because at the end of the day we address the issues, we face the representation, and we on an independent body where they give free access to justice to those that are vulnerable.
All right. Mr. Cole.
Yeah.
Can you say? You hear what you say?
Yeah, just a quick travel is for highlight. When you go to McKinney fiasco concerning generator issue, up to now there is no investigation about that. Government still investigating. Up now we don't know the Togo issue, the 91 issue, and of course of recent now the Pademba massacre. And up to now we don't know exactly what happened with Islam and the amount of people that we die in Pademba Road. These are all of the things that we really watch. Where are we heading as a nation? Where are we heading as an institution? The former president of America, Barack Obama, he once could say, we don't need strong president. We just need strong institution. Mm-hmm. That strong institution that is called also. So when I go to the police station or to the judiciary to seek justice, I don't need to call Mr. A or Mr. B. So you treat me like a Sierra Leonean. Don't treat me like a foreigner. Even now the foreigner they now say they get power pursuing the Sierra Leoneans now. Because when you go to the judiciary, you go to the police station, the ISB that they watch for. The ISB that look at the kind of traverse where they happen with all due respect, with LEJ, with all due respect. Because what you do is bad, completely bad, not for condone. But we see what happen with a serial killer, LAC. how they make say they get presidential pardon. Look at all over social media now. They really Sierra Leoneans now. Look like LG now. We go one way or the other. We get on vacation. People that play gas pump. Look at the language na Palemba go. I mean, these are all of the things then. We the say where are we ready in terms of human rights record at this country also. We in far forgot before that beginning with the canon. And they see all over the social media now. They really cool. Yes, because it killed. And I believe say the blood of a father, but somebody now, one way or the other, we not do that kind of thing and they look at now, with all due respect. We all know what happened and what they say about this and firstly the issue was and means underage bikini and not for what see what happened na the presidency hometown na bond. You understand?
What happened?
Yeah, a farmer chief small pikin. You understand? We see what happened.
And nothing not come out there at the end of the day from that story there.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Investigation, don't skill. Look what happened to Kamalima now. The same thing happened to Kamalimba. Look at the language that Palemba. So understand, these are all of the kind of things that we equate them together. Where are we heading as a nation? That's what we want for the country for the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years to come. No, we cannot continue like that. Governments need to be inclusive. It's not about targeting individually, targeting one particular party, targeting one particular tribe, targeting one particular district. No, it's inclusive. We're not going to make it president.
What you could use for confirm you what way you say that they target one particular tribe or one particular region?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. I say you not for the target one particular issue. I'm not saying that the target one particular tribe or what. I say you should not be targeting one particular area. It's an inclusive government. Now they could make you president and say president of Sierra Leone, and not say president of Freetown or president of McKinney or president of this. When you are representing the country internationally, you are representing in green, white, and blue. Which actually say that inclusively, we need justice for each and every somebody. But now, if you go to the judiciary now, if you not for the ISB that, if you don't know this, you go to the judiciary, you don't get money, you guys they turn to wrong. When you go to the police station back, you guys they turn to wrong. You know, these are the kind of things we are seeing in this country, and which is very unfortunate for me. Even when the journalists say, if you not say that you go to a police station, if you not take the, you guys then turn to wrong. Just because you don't get the hand power. When you go to the police station now, I mean, it is still broad day corruption that happen. Like the police station then. When you go for a big statement, they will tell you, we not get paper, we not get pen for right. You the complainant or accused, you don't go buy pen and paper. If you not buy pen and paper for that, the only and that police station need it on turn.
Okay.
Unless you say, well, let me go now back and give away.
Before we go to another issue quickly, I really want to go to another issue quickly because a lot of things in the way I go up more. But before we go to that, Mr. Rogers, you subscribe to some of the things the way Mr. Cole say. Tutu?
Hello?
Yeah, you did it?
Yeah.
Yes, you be listening, Mr. Cole, right?
Yeah, I get some of what you say.
Okay, some of the things that you get, you subscribe to them?
Oh, well, but somebody will go by somebody like view.
Okay, so
view.
What in the way you know view to?
Well, I mean, areas like the McKinney, the Tumbo, all our areas that we talk. I mean, part of what they talk. I mean, in the opening statement, he clearly talk about the interruptions of some issues that already made, already part of the human rights violation, where they happen at the country. It's definitely talk as an open statement with the messages from Adebayo for the out people from Comonado and do something there at the end of the day, they give a result there. Then coming to the area of judiciary, I will agree to her. We are in some findings then where it's supposed to come out. If you not come in time, then that things are not go accordingly. They're not go tell where areas are money somebody so there's somebody where they talk about political issues where we say politicians I mean more time KB failures to me
somebody in line they really count noise.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I said somebody in line the count noise. Now your line.
No.
Okay. So showers now for me quick. All right, go ahead.
So I mean, some of the issues that the judiciary. I mean, the good thing about the judiciary, at least come up a bit. I mean, it improves much more in the process. It improves much more, but the need for do more and be very quick for expedite issues, matters, cases where he come before them, and the need for open more space, more court sessions then, where for particular areas that the candidate are beginning to do, inside domestic violence, inside sexual issues, inside the law, inside they open there for where the matters they are they come, they go inside is they belong, and we deal with it quickly and forget matter. And whilst others then so that we could not go to get the pile of cases, we don't say that to do that overall cases outside the months for all files, matters them for let them see how they will investigate them, for which need them to be very active in those areas representation. I think we need more sessions, more courts of different areas. So that at least nobody get bundles of cases in court.
Thank you. Continue for the week inside the program.
To put on the court judiciary system more.
All right. In name of Victor Tutu Rogers.
This is a way talk now, not an view around the process.
Okay, continue for the week. And I want to go quickly into another issue that is taken off politics. Although now we know that we can talk any issue and not we get politics. I want to take you inside the Guardian Post. Mr. Cole, unmute your mic. This now you are the start with in this case. Unmute your mic. Yes. I'll take you inside the Guardian Post where it says Victor Louis challenges SLFA Chris Kamara. What exactly is they talk about?
We all know the Salon Football Association. We all be the see a lot of issues that they come up. There are a lot of whistleblowers them from colleague journalism, football administrators them. Lovers of football, they call for investigate this SLFA with been Aisha Johansson as president, former president, and of course Chris Kamara, the Secretary General of SLFA, right? During the Kuruma administration, we all see the ins and outs, the flow way they play, and all kinds of things and how things they play. We all see what will happen. At the end of the day, they be try for pressure the ACC. At the end of the day, there was no case to answer. But now it's like the pot calling the kettle black. The reason why I say that the pot calling the kettle black, because Victor Louis in the part and parcel of SLFA. When you call about Victor Louis, he gets a Premier League club by the name of Eastern Tigers. Yeah? And during the Aisha Johansson, Victor Louis is one of the people that they will be illegally maybe install Aisha Johansson. We up since the one we go as president of SLFA until he come on SLFA, he not be the rest because the ways and means where they install him as president, the kind of criminality will take place, the kind of corruption will take place, and so on and so forth. We the late Alim Aoku, now one of the men that them will be try for play on the constitution of SLFA, try for come up with some fake delegates them. Just come up for me and see Aisha Johansson, the president. Okay. As a first woman for being, let me do this. Go ahead. As a first woman for being, you see, since the one we come as president of SLFA, there was lots of hue and cry. In fact, for over almost years, football not look for play. With all the money, the Kuruma administration and Pump and Leon Stars and all that things, that we not be going nowhere. Football league club they play for years. The national team Lone Star, but the only time we participate in international competition and beats in the between. Mm-hmm. So now at the end of the day, Aisha Johansson doing 2 times. So now Victor Louis, of course, a fortunate man, a very passionate for sports and that kind of thing. Naina been the campaign manager for Daddy Bremer, the current SLFA president. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we then call him Daddy Bremer. Mm-hmm. So Victor Louis, at the end of the day, he campaign length and breadth. With the backing of Aisha Johansson, because now Aisha Johansson now gets a good job right now in SLF in FIFA. Mm-hmm. So with this support with Aisha Johansson, Daddy Bremer for me, we have been convincing camp. So now we have this almighty power and Chris Kamara, we are the Secretary General of SLFA. And we all know say Extra-Judicial, he gets a Premier League club who they call FC Johansson. We all be the a lot of people then they cry the poor referee the league because allegation don't come out say the freedom they receive money from teams then just some of favor them for me they win games then. I mean over the past weeks or months, a lot of things have been on the social media, even some of the traditional media they don't carry them story that they say people that they give referee to money, they give money to referee them for no more make them buy game them. So fortunately for Victor Luis, about 2 weeks back, he came up with a particular commentary we call as the Lucifer of Batty Street. And we all know was a Batty Street now SLFA ED. So the first chapter of Victor Luis this in commentary also, it target there was a game between Bo Rangers and FC Johansson. Bo Rangers versus FC Johansson, where they play that game day, na McKinney. So according to Victor Luis, that particular game, because he fortunate for watch the game, because he gets 1 or 2 other meets in them, McKinney. So he was fortunate to watch the game. So at the end of the day, he say when you watch the game, so not only know for say Salon football, there are a series of corruption that take place at Salon football. All lot of anomalies that take place there, all sorts of things that they play at Salon football. And he come out openly and name this particular the SLF Secretary General, with Chris Kamara. He said Chris Kamara now one of the people that did and we don't push salons to the doldrum. By that I mean they don't use the influence lots of games there in favor of FC Johansson because FC Johansson Madam Aisha Johansson and Chris Kamara now he kind of co-partner with Aisha Johansson. Because if Chris Kamara as SLFA president, that under the protection of
no, Daddy Bremade as SLFA president.
No, Chris Kamara as SLFA Secretary General.
Okay.
Because they for long since, but do that. This lady also they play a winner at FIFA just come up for protect Chris Kamara. Okay. So according to Victor Luis, this particular Chris Kamara also now they using advantage as Secretary General for SLFA, just come up for pressure and referees them for pressure officials of the referee committee.
Where they make the fine at all.
Yeah, we at the end of the day corruption the kind.
Okay.
So Victor Luis
this make I want to take you to the bigger picture. Today Leon start forget game, right? Against Sao Tome and Principe.
Yeah.
So, how you see the preparation for this match? Because, Leon Star, like, most of the time, they see that, they draw or they give them serious beating. How you see the preparation for this match? And because we see a lot of things, and politics inside this game, favoritism, everything inside this game. How you see the match?
So to be honest with you, Aliu, unless you play another divine intervention, because the Maui as coach not for DDSF again. The Kista, because Kista is one of the most the worst coach ever don't get na Salon history when you watch in track records them because all this really.
But other people can say the guy where win the African Cup of Nations, Aliou Cisse, for example, now so himself starts, but the manager he able to take the Senegal team to the level.
No, yeah, we don't get a lot of time there now. Kista cannot deliver. He not going for deliver for Leon Star at all. We don't see him all the pass. But we do the kind friendly match will go play with Team Billion. We do the kind embarrassing between. But still the left and then people that's not SLF and wicked people them. They no more for eat the money in the place. For me them put the team in the good because government they give them the kind money now. So they know they try for put things in place. And do the kind pass game they for not sack and kiss along since. And that game they today they play 4 o'clock now we look at time. I mean, now only God intervention. Like now going for Sebi because we need for beats or to again for now we need for qualify for the next Nations Cup. But to be honest with you, we not get any hope in that particular game today because when you watch the team, it's all about selection, politics, all kinds of signing.
Victor inside. Victor, on the issue of the match today, what do you see so far?
To start with, thank God, Sierra Leone done the rise more. This time around, Sierra Leone played lots of games. If you think of, or you go back to the premise where showers are already laid, we are not going to reiterate today because some of which I'm talking about, Leon, na table there, we no waste time on that one. From starting from the past government, the way how football don't play at all under Aisha, Chris, Charlie, Chris, and then with Victor Luis, bringing them all on board, how gay, Tisha manufacturers, for normal letters, see how they want to play it happen. So many messages from being around. About see the side, football rise, it can be 100%. Then out of it, not be generally dynamic. Some errors that they still do, but some have been worked on, and we still want to let them work on them more. We don't see side. Australians there, when I play the now other countries the way they play, they happily turn out many volunteer for let them come and play for the team. And a very good welcoming idea. Where would I begin to see now it happen? So if that happen, we will not see those side, they don't bring them together. Which will not like foresee as Shawa see some areas that they for the coach we did area of the selection there, not very easy, we want and the things that change, when you see them change at all, we don't suppose to put interest in every time. Estimate of Mali, where you expressing because of small thing, you go left her out, he will forget winning, then you left her out just like that. All the things that they contribute to the fall of the game generally. So we really want to see who side all the things that if they face her out, then they put her at the back and put the structure, let the game play. The boys that determine for play the game. Then I think we will see something different. But enough fine for let we go down, plan, determine well, put a lot of effort, funds, then the game can come on some way. People they not keep feel happy and going at all. Sierra Leone one country this way, very quick for be carried away. If game they play, then Sierra Leone they at either a winning stage or may they try for let they equalize. But once the beat no come on, the moment beats come out, this time around where I see game they play, then mommy, then granny, then father, they go in for the vest. They go where they buy with their own physical cash and wear them whole pot cover then at the veranda then a street. They go up and down, walk a miles, happily join the players present or in absentia for joy, join them in the spirit. The celebration come on. Well, that's what I'm saying. It can make during that time the way they happen. You see nothing like color, nothing like politics, nothing like tribe, nothing of the sort. But peace, joy, and happiness now we see. So if body play continuously, even in our localities, you will find us inside our locality. The ones game they play always, and none of that thing they are not going to be observed, but love and peace. Yeah. Then if you put that in totality, Australia will be on a different page. Most of that thing they are okay. They think of the idleness. You don't know more nothing. But then they make people go into so many bad games. But if that thing they had to happen, watch no more leagues that they play in different areas. By the time they are much o'clock, the feed of love. Man, they did it with happiness, with joy. What if they unbox small now? They click business. But the same community people that say again, now lie, who come is behaving in our area. So any click with the whole, it's just going to say that all. So that they make the click business just dissolve like that. So I think it can even help in the area of security, protection. Care for one another. Protect the area, the citizens. So if you put down the totality, if it happen all sides, that's at the same time, you find out say politics not will get much ingredients as it happens. So.
Correct, very correct. Thank you very much.
So please, with the game play today, now give support, and let we see whether present or in absent. Now give the same joy as how we do. Not forget about all political issues. Now not bring politics into football or games. Now left at the idea na your corner.
No, but wait. If the authority them they bring politics, how do people learn for them now? Because we don't see several things. For example, like you rightly say, when it comes to football, they don't get color. So everybody get right to the national team. But in the case of Usai, if one political party decide for visit, the other one will take offense. The government will say no, they're not supposed. Now we they in charge. That is politics. And football not forget politics. Everybody forget access to the national team. Correct?
These days with the authorities, what are they? I mean, Sierra Leone, we talk about sycophancy, we talk about hypocrisy, we talk about compromise, we talk about favoritism. These are all the components there where they make most of the things that will for happen, the laws that for work, the work, waiting for happen, the interference, all that thing that they. I mean, I find for any institution or administration, waiting in laws that we go make it become very professional and credible in society. Let the laws that work and let the discipline be attained, and at the end of the day, we will get what we yearn for. Okay. But the moment it becomes compromised or it becomes favored, or I mean something that can way they interfere into the institution as against a mandate, then it will lose in value or in taste.
All right, thank you very much. Showers, what will be your final take on this sporting activity? On mute. Mr. Cole, on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you follow up. Who will be playing the Nations Cup? I've never seen Australians be united now with it. Who will be playing the Nations Cup? In develop politics, you see the cooperation of Australians whether they support the boys them. You see, that's they tell you say we are a football nation, we love football. And I believe saying that football will for use for making peace come, but at the end of the day, we are not getting the results we're supposed to get. Can you imagine? You see officials there at the national team. They take money from them about the household, about the one can play ball. Then they pay money for them to give them the vest. They're not the team for the professionalism. So you see someone with them call this team also. Someone they never play for a club within a you. Or sometimes someone are fighting to the kind side. You get about the way they play 24 hours, whether they play for them club continuously, consistently, but they are not being called. Instead, they go. I mean, it does completely sickly and devastating. Completely. You understand? So that tells you say people don't they use no more just for if they know in football, they don't think about the love for put the green white and before. And if not me for the get that particular national team, we have overall the entire team, the entire technical side. Because Kisa is out Kisa like zero. They don't prove to be say capable for man the boys team. So you for overall the entire team from the nation's cup. Because look at the kind way we got an nation's cup. Careless way than it. I mean, Sabi business. You just see the boy the couch. He gets some players with the couch inside. He gets some players at the bench. When they know they compete for the one with the console. Just some more for favoritism because I'm in Bobo. When we Bobo come, he go give me $500. He go give me he will ship him per diem. Because that's what that's what they do now. We'll call you, okay, if you forgive $1,000, we'll give you $400, we'll get it $600. And compensate themselves within the national team. Left no more, but I blame the Ministry of Sport and the National Sport Council because I only parent canteen because we got a sober-minded National Sport Council and Ministry of Sport, therefore not overall the entire technical side and Leosa. Because kids are not out of it. Kids are not know what to do again. Okay. All the way to go with the play. I mean, you see and say this guy, the guy, he's really struggling for the national team. I don't lost color. From the nation's cup, I for Don Saka, but then try for Coco, no left no more, no be another chance. If they give the man chance no more, but the man will push the green, white and blue. As a football nation that we are, he suffer, he will waste money, taxpayer money, and go pay no more. No, the kind of money they don't go use so na Morocco now. Millions of euros for these 2 months and go spend so na Morocco. All that in a taxpayers' money, not to individual post to give them money. Now, me and your money, the money they go pay fuel, all they go buy fuel, and gas station, where they put money that they use so. But Kisa is not, I mean, it's completely zero. Now, all my tell I say, now, these 2 games where they go play, so if you not get 6 points, may not bother can salon again. But you go back, you go the back, you go get a bad result, terrible result, they stick back, they go see them encourage your back. And you don't left out for you. Now, you no more go buy the national team. But you cannot go national team like that. It's not to practice an issue, not to familiarization business. Na national team, na result we want. And we get players there when they came for good result. Just that someone for familiarity sake, then get the room about them for put for the national team. And now that make when you watch this particular team and then across the board, entire country, you see that means that they come, you get your mobile to carry it. Now that band they put like get your mobile to carry it. It's not about competency. No. What you want, na your own favoritism. It's sickening, it's disheartening. We will let football, now we know the campaign that we will feel. All the people who let football, that they know the campaign that we will feel. If you tell me now, you go call somebody, the way they go pick, you will start first 11 players them. As to any team will play with, will beat that particular team today. But when you see the team that we kiss go pick, I go say, man, come on, who are these players there? Them players they don't fit for play for. They're not fit for green, white, and blue. What's the Nations Cup play? Lots of them players they are not fit to put on a green, white, and blue. Just because they sabi them, they get part of the money they can. If they $1,000 forget, they give them 500, go back to the 500. That's what they do in the national team. Just because them players they no more, we don't want for can play no more. How will we go before as a country like that? How will push the ball like that?
Very
ministers there where they see of senior officials there where they see that kind of thing because they give them back small team, they know they talk. They say, okay, they hold them out some more. Look like when the combinations come. They not give the all land, they give the land, they give the all money. But Panakan terrible performance when they do so the nations come. Because the only result progress, but that's what we would go with Algeria. Now, worst ever result you never get. The first result of America alone will be 2 points to get. But this has to have 1 game point. Last game for beat to qualify. That means you get penalty to not score. So can you imagine? They left but the entire technical team that they go back. Just someone for get per diem. So it was people that just don't concentrate on themselves. Then they put the country attacks. I mean, it's sickening. Some of you, we don't go through the talk. What would the talk? Some people that will be there before me. They have to say this kind of things. You know, can't tell me so that will feed me tonight. I know they don't you for feeding or whatever. But we have to say it. These are things that they are not good for us. Kids are for don't start a long since. Now they don't start. You know, it's all worth crying for. They don't show me say not capable for man the national team. But they still left and back. Their own qualification you can't show back. They still left and back. They don't manage the man. No manager. They will go manage their back. No, see, we don't stop saying no more. I mean, good luck will follow today. We'll try for getting 3 points and all. But Kisa is not worth crying for. Anyway.
Thank you very much. Well, now that's where we go end the program today. One for appreciate Tuna. For we discuss the issues them to the best of our ability. Everybody able for bring your own point within think. We appreciate Tuna. Thank you very much, Victor Tutu Rojas, and thank you very much to you, Cecil Showers, for you joining me inside the program today. We appreciate Tuna. Thank you very much, and Una get a very good day.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, that's now the two gentlemen. Then we will be they will be getting inside the program today. And one for telling us, thank you. You know, we don't watch the program to this point. Una we don't like, una we don't share. If you don't like the program, please like and share the program. Thank you very much. The producer for this program, now Ilyas Abba. Thank you very much, Ilyas Abba. Thank you. I appreciate you now. Well, until then, we'll get for meet again. We maybe not. Sometimes we'll show the game, sometimes we'll not go show the game. Yeah, but no promise. If we get feed with the shoe, if we not get, sorry about that, yeah? Okay, until then, we love you so much.
Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how snooze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we are, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we bring to you this program where we call colors. As we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, who side we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how snooze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them